So this is the P40V and there's the P40. So we're going to, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to do your first video, which is the 001, which just was straightforward half, fold, straightforward, fold it in half first, then into a Z fold into that one. Okay, so the 40 is the standard machine on its own. The V part of it is the vertical, well, the stacker part of it basically, and that feeds all the paper nicely onto a stacker like so. So it's a separate unit. Okay, otherwise if you didn't have that stacker, if you just go for the P40 on its own, basically all the paper will just fall out onto the desk and then it's in a bit of a heap and then you collect them all by hand. Right, so for your first fold, what it will do is where it's got a creaser inside the machine, just inside there's a little creasing blade, and what that does as it exits it, it'll put a crease into the paper as well. So then all you would need to do is your last piece of cross fold on that one. Okay, so that's a 001. All right, so on the machine itself, it's got fold plates. So what we're going to do, basically, we set up a first fold. So we need to do a half fold. So we just work out the measurement would be about 148. So we bring this down to 148, and then we need to do it into thirds. So once we do it into thirds, we're bringing it down to about 49. So on the rest of the plates, this one, plate 2, plate 3, we do it at about 49. And the bottom one's just a blank plate. We don't need that one in this job itself. You've got kind of micro adjustments just to give it a bit of fine tweaking if needed. So inputting the paper, so when we put our paper stack in, rather than putting the stake in, we just need to give it a bit of a, it's got a bit of a fan. Okay, it likes to feed, you can see that. So when we put it in the feeder, it will feed from the top and gradually pull it in. So we can't put it in like that, we have to give it a bit of a fan before we put it into the machine. Once we've done that, you've got counters, you've got speed on here, but just keep it at kind of normal speed is a good level. On our vertical stacker is kind of a separate power unit, so we press on first here, then you can hear it booted up. Just press stop. And you can see you've got our folds. Your leaflet. And if you like, you can just take out you've got the crease in the middle of it now, just to do that last fold. So it just have one crease in it, so when you've got other creases to do, you will have to do that by hand, that last little bit of folding on your other jobs. Alright, I'll set up an A5 one for you now. So on this one we're going to do our 004 fold. So this one is your, I think it's A5 by looking at it. So we're doing half fold, which is this is the first fold, then we're half folding that again, and then we're half folding that again. So slightly different setup with the fold plates. First one's pretty easy, we just do half of A5, and then the next one we do that half of that again, and on this one is a blanking plate, so we're going to put the blanking plate in this end, so it switches it around, so then we can make sure we got our logo. That's the issue on this one, so we use the bottom plate on this one to half that again, so it switches it around so we can have our logo at the title here. All right, rather than if we didn't have the blanking plate, it would be around the other side basically. So we want our blanking plate in this way. All right, so once again we've just shortened our guides here to fit our A5 in. Set up a little bit adjustment on here, we've lowered it so it because obviously the height of it's going to change. We've lowered that slightly. Speed can stay the same. So yeah, we'll just put it on. Oh, and then you can see. Just be careful when you ping them out because they're quite tight. Otherwise they're going to ping everywhere. Okay, and then you've got your crease in the middle of the fold. Okay, and then you can fold it like so. So you can see the crease running down the that fold there. There you go. You can see the crease. All right. Perfect. I'll run that again for you, just so you can have one little look. So grab our paper, give it a nice tap, give it a nice bit of a wave, give it a tap on the desk again, pop it in the hopper, slide down, press it down, don't want it too tight on the guides here. Cool. I'll just show you. Just hold that because they pop out. So the other jobs that you've got, so it'll work exactly the same way as job one basically. So you just set your measurements of where you want your fold really. So it's going to, this one's going to work exactly the same because it's just a half fold with a Z fold in it. So it'll work exactly the same way, just the measurements are different. The last fold, the kind of cross folding, as we say, we'll just do one crease down the middle of the sheet. You can kind of adjust it. If you adjust it on the feeder hopper here slightly, you can kind of get it to come over this side if need be to just do one. But you won't be able to do anything if you wanted to do your kind of that fold there with that fold there. You wouldn't be able to, yeah, you wouldn't. It can't do that fold there. So it will do the first bit for you. Same on this one, it will do that job, and the same on that one, it will do that same job as well. That's no problems at all because that's just a half, and then you're doing a Z fold and a Z fold. So yeah, so that's no problem at all. It will do those jobs as well. But just the last that bit there, it won't do more than once with your crease in it. Okay.